Welcome to The Shift with Mike and Joe. This is episode 22, and this is the first time we've ever had two guests at the same time.
Joe, I've got a camera joke for you. You ready?
Yeah, what do you got?
What do you call an Asian with a camera?
I don't know.
Filming.
Filming. You probably heard this one before, but why did the Scarecrow get an award?
I've never heard of this.
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Oh my God.
All right, are you ready?
Cheesy one.
The Shift
With Mike and Joe.
and Justin and Rob.
And Justin and Rob. All right, I mean, that was not a very good one, but let's just go with it.
All right.
The intro is already long enough, and there's more to it because this episode is brought to you by Image and Sound Media. This is really weird. I'm just staring straight at you.
I just look at you.
This has never happened before. Yeah, it's brought to you by Image and Sound Media. More on them later because I'm going to do like a commercial thing.
Awesome.
That I haven't done. I keep saying I'm going to do it.
You should just tell us now. I'm
I
on the
need
edge
to-
of my seat right now.
I need to plan it out.
I agree. You should definitely tell us now.
Yeah.
All right, Image and Sound Media is, Mike, we already clipped the microphones. It's like 20 seconds in.
That's all right.
Yeah, Image and Sound Media is my business, and I will fulfill all of your photography and videography needs.
Like
And-
you already do for us.
Yeah, like I already do. Well,
What a
maybe.
wonderful job you do.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. All those drone things are awesome. And the
Thanks,
customer
dude.
interviews.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
saw
good.
somebody post on Facebook today in Ken Island Happenings about his drone photography business, and it kind of made me mad.
Did you report him?
I did.
Report.
I did. No, I'm just joking. You know why it made me mad? Because his pictures were really good. And I was like, man.
So you
so you're a hater.
Yeah.
It was like a rivalry thing. Like,
Dude,
you know what I mean?
there's no
Everybody
rivalry.
needs a rival.
There's
though. I
plenty
mean,
of business out there for everybody.
That's a really good way to look at it, Justin.
dude, this guy, that's why he's so successful.
I'm telling
that
you, man.
abundance mentality.
Yeah, I can still drift back into that kind of like fuck you mentality. You know what I mean? Like
Stay
you're
in-
better than me, so
Stay in
fuck
that
you.
gratitude. You'd be good.
And that's
So you guys all know about this company because you guys run it and Joe does your stuff. But I mean, I guess it's in the name. But tell me about Economy Roofing.
let's introduce them first.
All right.
All right, so we got Rob Knotts and we got Justin Myers. I almost forgot your last name for a second because I just
Justin
refer to you as
We'll pay
Justin.
him this week.
But yeah, you guys own and operate and founded Economy Roofing and Restoration, which is a huge, I don't want to say part of my business, but like you guys give me a huge chunk of business, which is awesome. Really helped me get off the ground with Image and Sound Media. So yeah,
Does
back
one
to your
of
question,
you own
Mike.
51% and one of you own 49%?
It's legally
Yes.
yes.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you
just
come
curious.
to when you come to the day-to-day decision making, it's 50-50.
Okay.
But you know, I think when we started the business, you know, it's always suggested that if you have partners, somebody, you know, if you get, like, say we have to make a real business decision and we get into a stalemate, you need a tiebreaker.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, yeah, dude. That
Unfortunately, that still makes it, you know, a one-party system here because one person's 51, you know. I could tell him, screw you all day long. He's like, nope, we're doing
51.
it.
It just has a little
right,
sign
yeah.
that says 51. Holds
Right.
it up.
So I mean, it's obvious.
that's
It's obvious, Mike, that I'll be the 51%.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you guys know each other growing up, or
No.
how did
growing
this
up.
come about? This business.
When did we meet? 2007?
Something around there, yeah. Actually met in recovery.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, Joe mentioned the. Okay, awesome. That's really cool, man. So you guys knew you could trust each other. You're both like this of the same mindset and all that. That's like pretty big deal.
I mean, yeah, pretty much, you know. Great minds think alike, right? And I mean, we, you know, you sometimes you come across two people that are kind of the same person, and it worked out. I mean, I think a lot of people would probably think that a business, you know, a partnership wouldn't work out. You know, you would need like a yin and a yang, which there's a lot of areas in our business
I
that
think there are times that we're like that a lot, though.
yeah, the things that we handle on a day to day, and you know, kind of the way that we operate our business. But when you take the business out of the equation and you get back into just strict personality, we're literally the same person.
Do you agree with this, Justin?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I definitely agree. You know, in the business aspect, you know, I excel at certain things and Rob excels at certain things, and they're different things. You know, so that's what really makes it work.
Like
you know?
building extremely sexy pecs. That's what you excel in.
I mean, you went there really early in this podcast, bro.
Dude, people have short attention spans, you know?
I mean,
we got to rope them in quick.
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to be old, fat, and bald. That's it.
Bro, I hear you.
And I'm bald, and I'm getting older. So what are we going to do?
Well, I mean, you know, you're one of those guys that ages like you get better with age.
Yeah, like fine wine,
Fine wine, yeah.
which I haven't tasted in 10 years, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys similar ages? Like, are you?
Yeah, we're a month
Same age?
apart.
Okay, awesome.
Rob's a month older, but I'm a 51%.
I'm a month his elder, you know, so he's got to show me respect.
So you met in recovery, and were you already like how did you already have this skill set? Both of you already had this skill set, or like how did it?
No.
Actually, at that time, neither of us had ever been in this industry.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Like didn't do construction growing up or anything like that, or?
No. So I did a little bit of roofing growing up. I did more recently I did like door knocking for a company and whatnot. So I learned like the sales side of all of this.
Okay, that's just a pretty important part, I would imagine.
Yep. We both worked for a different company, and then we would drive around all day plotting how we're going to build our own company.
Awesome.
You know, and by putting it out in the universe, it came to fruition and doing the work.
Rob, did you do that too with Justin? That
was
early sales job. You guys were working together.
No, well, no.
So the sales at the roofing company,
correct.
Before this, yes, we worked together.
Gotcha.
So it was us. It was the 51 and the 49 that were riding around plotting,
right.
plotting our escape. You know, I mean, yeah, and we've talked about this a lot before. You know, Justin spent a lot of time growing up in the restaurant industry. Actually had ownership at a young age. Like when we met, he had ownership in restaurants. You know, I worked for car dealerships. I was in the service department in the car business, which is
I didn't know that.
Look, people with no education and little skills that are decent in sales can make good money in that industry. Mm-hmm. Aside from that, is about one of the worst things somebody can do to themselves.
My dad was a car salesman, and I think starting out he loved it, but it just wore him out after a while.
It does,
you know, because you kind of have to. It's hard to be like an honest person in that industry, and
right.
I don't know. That was a big part of it.
My understanding is it's kind of similar to the restaurant industry, where it's like a lot of drugs and alcohol.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, and it's 80, 90 hours a week.
Yeah,
a lot
of hours.
It's a lot. It's tough to support a family.
Right.
Like the family lifestyle.
Well, and going back to what Mike was saying, you know, I think pretty much every aspect of the car business. I mean, I think parts departments aren't bad, right? It's kind of cut and dry. It's more retail, but pretty much, you know, every other aspect of the car business, you have to be either somewhat dishonest or have the ability to bend the truth in order to make a good living.
Yeah.
And, you know, the problem with me with that was, you know, as a person in recovery, especially early in recovery, you know, the person who I wanted to be and who I was trying to become, you know, that side of things started to like seep over into my personal life. You know, I started to become that person at home where, you know, I would, you know, manipulate, not lie, but manipulate truths to my benefit. And I really disliked that. You know, I really didn't like that. So it was kind of a godsend when, you know, I was working at the last place and Justin was building an insurance division in a company he was working for. And at the time he was living in Odenton. I was working in Bowie right off of like 3 right there, 301. And he was working in Waldorf. So from Odenton, you go right down 301, right through Bowie, all the way down to Southern Maryland. So he would like, you know, call me up and be like, hey, I'm getting Shake Shack or something, like, you want a milkshake, man? And like he would stop by and shoot the shit with me.
Yeah.
He would stop by and shoot the shit with me. He's like, dude, just come on, man. Just like whatever, you know. And I was real scared, you know. I had at that point I had 2. I had my older 2 kids, and I wasn't married yet, but we were together and we had 2 kids and I had bills to pay, and it was really a scary endeavor. So I agreed to go out with him on a Sunday because I didn't have to miss work for that. And went out that day, and at that point that was kind of all she wrote. At that point, all my job there was to sell to my wife
Right.
me quitting my job.
Yeah.
And it was the best decision I ever made.
How did that go? Was it an easy sell?
No.
Yeah.
When Justin and I
Really
met
not.
years ago, Justin had a little bit of a reputation.
Oh God.
So,
Tell us more about
I
that.
don't know what you're talking about.
Down that
she
road.
knew him and knew him well enough, and she was like, I don't know that I want you running around with him all day, every day. No, but I mean, we were close, and there was a lot of love there. I mean, and yeah, it wasn't really that hard. I had to really, the persuasion was more, leaving a paycheck.
Yeah.
To go out
Scary.
into the unknown,
steady paycheck,
taking that
yeah.
risk. And what's wild is we have spent a career in business having to have the same conversations with new prospective salespeople.
Right. Yeah.
So like it's great. Like I'm literally like a voice of experience in that. He's a voice of experience in that. We've all been there. We've had to take risks, and if I wouldn't have taken that risk, just like I'm telling these people, if you take the risk, look what your life can become one day.
Yeah, it's a big jump for sure to be. I mean, it's different for them. They're coming onto a company that's already established. It's still a risk, but like for you guys to go from selling roofs and selling service, yeah, which are pretty steady things, to starting a company that you've never done before. I mean, that's awesome. And I imagine like the level of like sovereignty in your lives and just freedom, and I'm sure I'm not trying to say you don't work hard, because obviously you do, but like it's on your terms, which is awesome.
It hasn't always been that way.
Hasn't always been that way, but it's become that way.
Yeah.
How long were you guys was Economy like just you guys? How long before you had employees?
Never.
Oh, never.
So as soon as we started, we brought on a salesman and our bookkeeper
Oh, okay.
with us.
Well, technically 2 salesmen.
Yeah.
One salesman was Justin knew for a long time and had brought him on at the company we were selling for. And he had a lot of work going on and kind of wanted to exit the right way. So we brought on, technically we knew he was coming on.
Yep.
And he was kind of bringing Matt on
Yep.
at the same time. And it was kind of wild how it happened. We kind of started the company. We were a couple of months in, and the guy, Jason, who I'm talking about, who he brought on at the old company, Jason had, I think, like a 2-week vacation scheduled to Hawaii.
Yeah, something like that.
So like his new guy, Matt, was there, and Matt kind of came in with us just to kind of, we were going to try to get him up and running. So I think Jason was supposed to fly to Hawaii on March 2nd, 2018,
I don't know how you remember these dates.
because the storm was March
Where he
2nd.
excels, I guess.
The storm, we had this like nasty nor'easter that came through that weekend, March 2nd and 3rd.
Which is good for business.
It's
great for
Oh yeah.
That was aside from like a hurricane or tornadic winds, that was one of the best windstorms. I mean, it mangled everything.
"Oh, yeah.
Hell
Rip it
yeah.
up."
It's gonna be
So we were just starting a business. So I remember, so Jason's flight got delayed. Actually, I think he did fly. I think he ended up flying out on the 3rd.
He flew out early, I think.
Or yes, he flew out early to Hawaii. So, when a big storm happens, the first couple of weeks is like when the getting's good. So we had this new guy, Matt, and Justin and I took Matt out, and we went out and just crushed it. Meanwhile, Jason's in Hawaii for 2 weeks and missed the whole, like he flew out when the
Right.
storm was happening, and he came up. I think we heard about that for the next year from him.
Or maybe 2.
Yeah, he was pretty butthurt about
bet.
which I mean, you can't blame anybody. You didn't know, but yeah, we were early into business, and we had this. I don't want to sound insensitive, but we had this incredible storm come through.
Yeah.
I mean, we rode through neighborhoods, and there was like pieces of siding hanging in trees, and it really was a great situation for us so early in business.
Do you guys do like I'm probably gonna sound dumb here, but do you do like siding and stuff, or are you strictly roof? Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do exactly? I mean, I know obviously you do roofs, and I was checking out your website, and I had no idea, never thought about how many types of roofs there are. I was like, good God, I just thought like roof's a roof, but yeah, the flat ones and the tile ones and the all that. But yeah, what are all your services that you guys offer?
Man, we can do it all. You know, we like to stick to roofing. I mean, that's the major thing that we have perfected.
Okay.
But I mean, we've done trees falling through houses, completely rebuilt the house.
Wow.
You know, we've done literally anything and everything. Certain things we don't like to do.
Yeah.
You know, certain things that we're not excellent at. So we'll refer those out. But I mean, the capabilities and with our networks that we have built, we can perform damn near any service that needs to be done.
So do you function like, are you contracting out a lot of things that outside of the roofing, or is it you have in-house guys that do all this?
Both.
Or? Okay.
Both.
But for the roofing, it's pretty much your employees?
No, so we do a lot of 1099 subs for our roofing.
Okay.
Now, we keep them busy, so they work with us a lot.
A lot, yeah.
You know, and then we have standards for them, right? So this is like, if you're working for us, this is what you need, you know, this is what we're going to uphold you to.
Okay.
You know, so they know the process, right? And then we do have some in-house guys that handle smaller jobs and repairs and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. And is that strictly because like, is there like a tax reason or once you get into employee land, you're doing workman's comp and all that stuff.
Yeah, which we have to do anyway.
Okay, you still have to
it's a little bit less for us to manage.
Okay.
Right?
It's probably a lot less for us to manage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, if we're running 5 roofs a day right now and we've got, you know, 5 different crews, if they were all in-house, for one, then what if I don't have 5 roofs a day?
Yeah, then they're just sitting around totally
right. Now I hope that never happens, but who knows?
Right. I mean, I would imagine a lot of contractors that have, you know, employees, they do it the same way, right? They're not like, I did a lot of construction and house painting and stuff like that and roofing, and I was always got a 1099.
Yeah.
You know,
Let me see your hands, Joe. I don't believe you.
That was a long time ago, man. Hands are kinda
Soft
softer
hands.
now.
Well, yeah. So I mean, all of the businesses that we partner with, they all, you know, have workman's comp. They're all insured. You know what I mean? Like we vet them to the T so that we know that, you know, when we're sending somebody out, that, you know, everything's on the up and up.
But you're not having to pay for that, is what I'm saying.
No.
Like
They're already an established business.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I understand, you know, how your guys' business works for the most part. I mean, like, you know, on the surface anyway, but I'm not sure
You're
if
taking pictures of all your books.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you guys do roofs. I'm just kidding. But you're not like a regular like roofing company, like what people would traditionally think of as a roofing company. And what I mean is like you guys have a lot of like insurance claims and stuff, and that's what you were talking about with the storms.
Yep.
Can you kind of explain that end of it, like how this type of roofing company might be different than? Well, I don't know. Maybe all roofing companies do that. I really don't know, to be honest.
I mean, I think more and more nowadays do the insurance work, you know. But I mean, when disaster strikes, you need somebody that's going to show up and perform these services in a timely manner,
right?
And know the process.
That's kind of what I was getting to, because like most homeowners don't know, you know, how to deal with an insurance company and get a claim and get their roof repaired.
As contractors, we can advise, but we can't talk policy, right? So we make sure we stay away from that. But you know, we will meet with the adjuster. We will talk about damages that are on site and whatnot, you know, and see if we can come up with an agreed work scope, and then we can perform the work based on, you know, those suggested repairs.
Right. And a lot of times, I mean, there might not even be a storm, right? I mean, it could be just like, hey, there's a cracked shingle or something that the homeowner might not even know about, and
wind damage,
right? Yeah. And I mean, so is that like? I know I've asked you guys this before, like, you know, off camera, obviously, but like, is that end of roofing or roofing companies, is that a new thing or like a fairly new thing, or were there door knocking roofing companies in the 70s that were dealing with insurance claims, or is that kind of a newer thing?
I imagine there had to have been.
I think it's becoming more mainstream. There's more contractors that want to get into the space. But not all of them last.
Yeah.
It's not an easy process. You're waiting on your funds for a long time usually. But I mean, storm damage is storm damage, and that's why you have coverage, right?
Yeah. Right.
Well, from what I understand, you were specifically, if you go back to like the 70s and 80s, before I was born, before I was in this industry, I think that when the way I understand it is that, people would call, say something happened and it was going to be an insurance thing. People would call the contractor. The contractors would typically do their write-up, and take their estimates and submit it to the insurance company. And I think the process was really simple back then. Population has grown, roofing companies have grown. It has definitely evolved into a process that's not simple, which is why dealing with insurance companies as a roofing contractor is a niche.
Yeah, I guess it's like something you're either good at or you're not, which is completely different than actually installing a roof.
What is the process? I would think it's just like people call you and you're the guy. Then what's
Dealing with the insurance companies.
Okay,
So that's what I was kind of trying to, because I wasn't sure if you understood that's like a big part of it.
But I mean, are the insurance companies saying like, well, we don't want you to use economy because they're too expensive, so you're gonna need to use this person, or is it like being a approved roofer for each insurance company, or what's so complicated?
The insurance company's ultimate goal is to
not pay you.
not pay or pay as little as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like any insurance.
I mean, think about it. If an insurance company can save $1,000 on every claim over the course of that year, how much money are they saving?
Right.
I mean, what we're dealing with a lot lately is, so here in Maryland and Delaware, we get gusty winds frequently, right? We had them this weekend, right? 60 plus mile an hour
Even
winds.
today, yeah.
So we're getting wind damage to shingles, right? And we're having the insurance companies want to pay for individual shingles. You know what I mean? 80,
like not worth
80
your time.
shingles on
They
a
want to
roof.
patch it up instead of.
Yeah. Well, so what we then have to do is, go through the process and show them why this cannot be repaired.
Okay.
Right. So we have to submit the evidence to them, and then they make a decision.
It's interesting because like we're talking about this process, and I'm thinking of like the last time when somebody hit my car, and I take it to the body shop, and it's like the body shop is dealing with the insurance company and doing the same thing that you're talking about. Like, hey, this is why this guy's car needs to be fixed, and this is why I'm not going to use Chinese parts. I'm going to use, OEM parts. It's like
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing,
Yep.
but it's like why? I wonder why there aren't, specific, this type of business in other lines of business that deal with insurance companies.
So I'm gonna be very clear here. Maryland guidelines is that as a contractor, I cannot talk insurance policy
Right.
with adjusters, with contract, or with customers. So we stay away from that, right? We're not allowed to negotiate a claim on an insured's behalf.
Okay. Right.
What we do is we are, presenting the evidence that is found, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's similar to like when I was counseling. It's the same kind of thing. Like, why does this guy still need to be in treatment? The insurance company is like, oh, well, here's 3 more days. No, he needs more than 3 days. He needs 30 days. Well, why does he need 30 days? Well, this is why. It's man, fuck insurance.
Sounds like kind of across the board there's a common denominator here.
Yeah, I mean, it really does, and I mean, I've always had that opinion about insurance in general.
We're in a way forced to have it, and it's not a bad thing.
No.
When you own a home,
theory.
especially when you have a mortgage, you owe $300,000-$400,000 on a home, and you have a total loss disaster, you're stuck in that mortgage. How are you going to pay? You have $300,000-$400,000 just laying around to fix a house.
No.
Same thing with a car accident. You have $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 in repairs.
Pet insurance now.
Pet insurance.
They do sell
I
it.
actually do have pet.
They-
I have
I'm not
horse
surprised.
insurance. So I guess
dude,
that's
I'll bet.
similar to
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah.
Horse mortality.
Well, you guys got those Highland cows and stuff. Those things are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that's the thing. I mean, you're forced to have insurance.
Yeah.
people pay out a lot of money throughout their lifetime and never use it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had homeowners that have been insured with one company for 35 years, and a pretty serious hailstorm comes through and damages their roof, and the insurance company doesn't want to pay. You know, it's kind of like I said, the insurance companies are the common denominator here. They across the board pretty much don't.
So
want
it's
to pay.
really something that like should have evolved in the roofing business anyway. Like it's just like, hey, a lot of these projects should be or could be covered by insurance. So let's learn that end of it and know how to make that argument. Is that kind of, you know?
So do you guys
Fair
also do
assessment.
like, I mean, do you get calls for just like, we're building a house and we just need a new roof too?
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not strictly insurance.
No, I
It's
mean,
a lot of it.
roofing's roofing, right? I mean,
Okay.
How much is it like with economy? Like how, what percentage is insurance stuff and what percentage is?
we're significantly more insurance. We've just built it. That's how everybody contacts us. You know what I mean? Like you see our Google ads and all of that stuff that's out there. And it's, you know, if you're missing shingles or a recent weather event has happened, you know, reach out and we can help you through the process, you know? So, I mean, we were previously like all insurance, and now we have more of we call it retail.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're building that side of things also. You know, I think you need to have a well-rounded system in place in order to, you know, excel.
What's better? Like, or is one better monetarily than the other?
So I think that, so he was talking about it earlier, right? That like in the service industry, you know, he felt like he couldn't sleep at night because he's raking people over the coals to make a paycheck, right? So, I mean, we keep our price fair and competitive, right? We are not the most expensive and we are not the cheapest.
Yeah.
You know, but we do quality work with a phenomenal warranty.
So the price is the price. It's just a matter of getting the insurance to pay it.
Correct.
It's not like a different price for the insurance company or something like that.
And you know, Mike, to answer your question, the retail side, right? Our price is our price. The upside of retail, you know, the downside of retail is that, you know, and I guess it's not really a downside, but we have to keep our prices super competitive.
Yeah.
The upside to it is we get paid much faster.
Yeah, I would think, and you're using a lot less time dealing with evidence and all that stuff.
Now, what I will tell you about insurance is sometimes we make a little bit more than retail. Sometimes we make significantly less than retail, and it takes forever to get paid.
It's a gamble. Yeah.
But do you have to like do like what doctors do, where it's like, well, we know they're going to pay a percentage of whatever we quote, so we have to like inflate this quote to get? No, it's none of that. Okay.
We just want to be paid out. You know that all the insurance companies use a specific software. There's actually two softwares out there. The more widely used one we have always used as well. We don't set the pricing. You know, the pricing is set by zip code. You know, so when you start the header and you put in the person's address, it populates a price list. There are individual line items for everything that you need to tear off and install for a roof. Written correctly, there should be enough money. Now, certain areas like the Eastern Shore of Maryland, written correctly, you know, a small ranch house, you know, we could get paid significantly below retail. And we have to suck it up.
It's all part of it.
It's all part of it. You take we always like to say you take the good with the bad, you know.
I was going to say too, when Mike was asking about like retail jobs, I would imagine that even if you do start, you know, primarily with insurance, if your business grows, and I mean, you're doing roofing, so like people need a roof no matter what, you know.
We can roof anything.
They're gonna hit you up even if they're building, you know, a new house or whatever. As your company becomes more well known, you know, you do roofing, so yeah, they can probably do any kind of roof, whether it's insurance or not.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't doubt they could. I just wondered if it was like
You doubted
where
them,
you
Mike.
I
know
was
you
like,
did.
y'all couldn't put a new roof on. You can only fix.
I know
roofs.
what your next question is. I'm going to ask your next question
Okay,
for
go
you.
ahead.
Vending machines. Do you guys?
Oh yeah, do you guys need vending machines? No. But seriously,
What's in these vending machines?
whatever you want,
Anything. They're AI powered.
They could be.
They could
don't
be.
have to be.
Yeah. Mike has a new venture.
And where do you put these vending machines?
That's why he's asking you. Do you have any places for
I'm
him
trying to put them
his vending
wherever
machines?
I can find a place to put them.
Sounds like you need to go talk to
Look,
grocery
vending
stores
machines, roofing, they go hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Right?
They do.
Well, no, I mean offices.
Property management companies that have offices.
Yeah, anywhere with an office. Pretty
We
much.
work buildings.
Rework, you said?
WeWork is like a large office building that
okay.
people rent out like spaces for like $500 a month, and there's multiple different businesses in there.
Okay. Cool.
What about an outdoor vending machine that needs a roof?
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not sure where you're going with this.
What about automatic ice machines?
That I've been looking at that too. Yeah.
Especially
Automatic
around here, right?
Yeah,
you got
'cause fishing
water
and-
all around us.
I saw
They
one
have-
over the weekend in Texas.
Yep. They
It was
have
in a
one
field.
in
There wasn't
Selbyville,
even there
Delaware.
wasn't even a parking lot or
Dude,
a
I was thinking
driveway.
about putting one in my front yard on Coxneck Road, just like
Everybody driving by.
yeah.
An ice
just- you're
machine or a
going
vending
fi-
machine?
An ice
You should put a
machine.
vending machine in your front yard.
I thought about that too.
Dude, you got a space to pull over? I saw one of those. It was like a drive-up ice machine in North Carolina at the beach. It's wild.
What do you have to do?
And it's got
you
bags and
restock
all-
the bags, right?
Yeah.
Like and collect the money.
Yeah, hook up to a water line.
Genius.
Yeah.
The Florida Keys when we were down there, they're like on every corner.
Yeah. I mean, everybody needs ice, especially in those hot environments,
Every
by the beach.
marina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been on my list since I've
Mike's
started looking
rethinking his
into the
vending
vending
machine
machine. Well, I think both and man, like, but yeah, it's like it's amazing what you can vend. It's crazy. It's anything, but the ice is definitely
What's the
definitely a
craziest thing
winner.
you've thought to put in a vending machine?
I mean, I didn't think of it, but like I know at the airports they have like those big like $150 sets of Legos.
In a vending machine?
Yeah, bro.
Wow. Oh,
Because
for
it's like
people flying
your kids
to
like
present.
crying.
And they've got both headphones in those.
Yeah.
$300 a piece.
Yeah. Dude,
That's where
Legos
it's
are
at,
so
man.
expensive.
Yeah,
Look,
That's crazy. Did you get that?
vend glass bottled water.
Yeah.
Vending
Well,
machine.
It
they
would
actually
be.
make this. They make those elevator vending machines for that reason.
Yeah,
That
drop it down, yeah.
brings it down nice. Yeah.
Will you hold that up again? I'm going to send them an email and see if they'll sponsor us.
It's Mountain Valley.
You were telling us all about that water.
Oh my God,
pH.
this is the best water on the market. So here's the big thing is that I'm not consuming microplastics, right?
Oh.
He's crunchy. He's
I
about
am.
as crunchy as my wife.
I'm consuming microplastics in Deer
You
Park.
are.
Yeah, you are. And Tylenol
pH
and
unknown.
freaking all kind of stuff.
So look, I've even moved.
You've always been a Fiji
he
fan.
is a Fiji guy.
I
Yeah.
like to consume volcanic shards.
Fiji water is good. You know what water I really like, just based on taste, is Smart Water. I like the flavor of Smart Water. What's the other one? Evian. I don't like Evian.
Evian is milky.
It's got a chalky texture
It's
to
milky,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
It's weird. What do you think?
I don't know. I think a long time ago we got on an Evian kick for a little
did.
while, but it's like thick. Mm-hmm. I heard something a really long time ago that Demi Moore only washed her hair with Evian.
Really?
wow.
Yeah, so it's got to be good stuff.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Maybe
the
I
the
should try.
milkiness.
We should try that.
I'm gonna
dude.
try that, man.
Definitely should try
It's
that.
the- our hair
It's the
grow.
milkiness.
It's the milkiness.
Wait, did he
Seeps into your pores.
When I think of Demi Moore, I think of her with the shaved head from is that
G.I. Jane.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She might have brought it back with the Evian. I don't know.
That could be. Yeah.
It could, yeah.
So
Could be what it
okay,
was.
so
All right.
well, here's what I'm interested in. Not
Mike,
vending
you have a
machines.
new-
I am.
is that a
interested
new
in
wedding
vending
ring?
machines. Yeah.
Did you get
Well,
remarried?
no, I got like 10 of these,
Yeah.
and I've lost all but this one. So this is the one I hang on my jujitsu bag, but I took it off because I've lost all the other ones.
I like the red. It's cool.
You like it?
You don't.
I
I don't think I've ever seen a red. That's hard to say. Red wedding ring.
Red wedding ring, red wedding. Yeah, that is hard to say.
Red
Sometimes
rubber
fast.
ring.
Yeah, right.
So when you guys first started, like, what does this look like? Were you guys? Was it? I mean, I know you said you had a salesperson and an office man. What was the other thing?
Bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper. Okay. So you guys were doing the roofing.
We were doing the sales.
Who? And you were contracted out. The
Yeah, and
roofing?
we had crews.
That's brilliant, man.
It's just building a
like,
network of people.
got into roofing without even really knowing how to put a roof on.
Well, we knew how to put a roof on.
I mean, I would imagine you
Okay.
have to
Just-
do that research.
well, I mean, we
Right.
go through training with manufacturers and whatnot. Like we knew how to install it. We just didn't physically install it.
Yeah, that's wild to me for some reason.
Well, there's for us, I would rather be able to sell 10 roofs than install 10 roofs.
yeah. When I say
Yeah.
wild,
10
what I
roofs
really
is
mean is
faster
smart.
than
Like,
installing.
And you don't have to do the work. You don't have to
dude,
get on a
when we-
roof.
When we first started, ABC Supply gave us a $10,000 credit limit. right? I would have to order like half a job, ship it, pay it, then send the
Right,
rest.
right.
You know, I mean, we come from humble beginnings. So,
Yeah.
it's
Dude.
not like this was a funded thing. This was
Right.
blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, that's what
it's
I'm
our
interested
baby.
in hearing, like the process of like getting that up. And like, did you guys get everything? Like, I mean, obviously you started an LLC, you got all your paperwork and all in order. And then what was your primary means of attracting business at first? Like just
But it wasn't attracted. It was going to get it.
going out and
Yeah, we were hunting.
Okay. Looking for damage.
Yeah. So the storm that he referenced at first, I was actually a previous customer of mine at some point in time that had new damage. So I was physically going to contract them the day after that storm, and their neighborhood just happened to be like ground zero.
You were
Right.
going to contract them with the other company?
No. With our company,
Okay.
but for new damage that they had.
Okay.
So when we got there, Rob was with me. One of the other guys was with me. So I mean, everybody, it was literally a disaster, right? So I went in there and did my thing. Those guys hit the street and just started talking to people. Face-to-face marketing. Door to door talking.
When you see footage or you like think about like tornadoes hitting, right? And obviously there's a much larger level of destruction than what we witnessed. But if you can imagine like driving through a neighborhood and nobody's at work, the people are outside trying to clean up and pick up what they could. So it wasn't a tornado; it was a severe wind event. But like people didn't go to work. There was so much of their homes and trash cans and whatever you can think of, trampolines, literally like that smacked and went through windows and were sitting up on second stories of houses.
Oh my goodness.
But these people were outside cleaning up, and he went into his homeowner. It was a neighborhood, big beautiful houses, and it was all the way in the back. So we drove through all of this on the way in. So we get out, he goes inside, and Matt and I start going back up, and like literally we stopped and we're shooting the shit with some of these people that were cleaning up, lended them a hand, picking siding and shingles up out of their front yard and off the roof of their car and out of the street and trash cans, and told them who we were and what we were here for. And, I'm assuming you called your insurance company. Do you have representation? And, I've always said like, it's not sales per se. It's not roofing. It's none of that, right? We are in the relationships business. We are in the relationship building business. I mean, that's the best way to sell anything, is to build rapport and relationships. And we went out and we're literally like, I had a guy like, I offered him a freaking cigarette. You know what I mean? Like we were
Probably
like,
quit that. By the way.
probably should. But we were just out there helping people clean up, and then we were offering them help beyond that, and like they were super receptive to it. And we ended up doing it. I mean, that neighborhood, but it was widespread. I mean, it was all over Maryland, that storm. So we, had other appointments, literally we went into multiple neighborhoods like that. We were getting phone calls, old customer referrals, and I mean, it literally it set the tone for that year. We worked that storm, and that was March 2nd. We worked that storm all year, probably into 2019.
Wow.
Yep.
So you were able to, you said old customer referrals, you mean from your roofing business?
Yeah. I mean, so
Or the one you work for, I mean?
we're good at building relationships, right? People call me from 7 years ago.
Okay. They still have your cell number.
Yeah,
And you're
your
like,
cell
well, now
number's
I'm
still
doing
the
this.
same, yep.
So it's like, okay.
They're like, are you still with so-and-so company? No, I'm not. This is actually what's going on. Oh, great. Well, I've got these issues. Can you help me? Yeah, because we took such good care of them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Previously.
They have a roofing issue or know somebody that does, they know a guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
We like to be that guy.
Yeah.
That is, really cool. You mentioned the I don't remember how you just put it, but like the door-to-door salesman thing. And at some point, so I was going to bring up like other businesses, right? So you also have Full Circle Marketing, which is kind of an offshoot of, I mean, I don't know if I want to call it an offshoot, but can you tell us like how that came to be and what that is?
So Full Circle Marketing is a salesman training platform for economy roofing. Right. So what we do is we bring in people that have no experience in marketing or sales or even roofing. We'll teach them how to talk to people at the door. They go out in neighborhoods, targeted areas that we know that have damages. They go around, they knock on the doors, they're talking to people, and they're setting up inspections for the salesmen of economy to go out and look at their roofs. If they have damage, great. If they don't, then we can provide them with an estimate. But that is the first step into building a salesman, right? Like if you're a salesman, I don't want you sitting around waiting for leads to come in given to you by the company. I want you to be able to go out and, what is it? Kill what you eat, hunt what you eat. What was that saying? Yeah.
Teach them
Generate new leads,
how to
basically.
hunt. So
Teach them how to
they
hunt.
They eat what they kill.
Yeah, there you go. See, this is the 49% jumping in.
49%. It kind of sounded like 51% to me.
Yeah, I mean, it may be.
Clearly, 51's not always stronger than 49.
So, and then we have it set up, right? So that if they go out, they do 20 leads in 2 weeks, they have the ability to graduate into a salesman.
Okay.
If they decide they do not want to get on roofs and go that route, then they can run a team of marketers at Full Circle.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
So it's a vertically integrated company that is a training platform for economy. It also feeds leads to economy.
Yeah.
But it's a separate company.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. Like, I guess what I'm thinking is, before you guys had that company, what was there just like no process? Was kind of like, hey, he's a good salesman, go hang out with him and learn it. Is that kind of how it came to be, or
A little bit, right? I mean, I also
Still a little bit. I mean, once they graduate to salespeople, you still have to further their training. Like
Right.
learning how to go and make introductions to people and find, work. That's only the beginning of it, right? Then there's the whole process
Right.
of, these people these guys that are door knocking, they're not getting on roofs. A lot of them have never been on a roof. So once
Right.
they graduate, you have to put them with a sales manager or a salesperson and actually train them for roofing sales. At
right?
that point.
Yeah, so it's not just selling the roof; it's like knowing the whole back end process too. But Full Circle is more of the front end salesman stuff, and not necessarily the process of the insurance claim. Is that right?
Correct.
yeah. It's the beginning. It's the teaching of how to knock on doors.
So who developed this? Did you guys put this? Is it a course or is it online module? Or what is
No,
it?
so it's live and in person. We have a physical location. We have a manager that runs it. They're constantly hiring and recruiting and training people. They come on. They go out every day. 5 days a week. They go to areas. They go knock on doors. They explain what we're doing, why we're in the neighborhood. We just helped Mr. Jones down the street. Who had verified storm damages, so on and so forth. And then from there, we have a salesman do an inspection or write an estimate, like I said previously, if there's damages. But that's just the very beginning, right? Like if we can't teach you, how to have conversations with people at the door, it's going to make it very hard for you to get started as a salesman.
Yeah, I would imagine.
So it's very experience based. It's not like people sitting in a classroom.
No.
It's like just go out.
We've actually found that the classroom time deters people. Right? It's better. People don't like to sit if I would hire people and say, all right, your first week, we're sitting in a classroom and we're going to learn all this stuff. For one, your retention is going to be minimal, right? Because you have no idea what the hell we're talking
There's
about.
no pressure on you either, right? Like,
So, I mean, we like to be able to get them out and see what they can do, right? If they can just hold a conversation with people, right? I mean, when we're out knocking on doors, we never even talk about the roof.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we find some commonality, like, what I mean?
They golden retriever too. Or,
Yeah. I mean,
Building that rapport is huge. Like you were saying when you were just helping people pick up their shingles, and offer them a cigarette.
yep.
Justin's going around. You guys want to say?
I've got Marlboro and Camel. No, I'm kidding.
No,
Or
I
not
think
Justin. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah,
My bad.
that's all good. I think at that time I had the vape, so I could be like, here, you want to
Yeah.
get this massive
I
vape?
got this new bubblegum flavor, yo.
Yeah.
Shit is good.
Well, and I think really I was probably smoking a cigarette, and the guy, was cleaning up, and I walked over to him and started talking to him, and he probably said, "Hey, you mind if I get one of those?"
It's a great way to start a conversation when you're a smoker.
and then I'm helping him pick debris up.
Right.
Dude, when I was in college, like most of my friends I met standing outside smoking cigarettes, it's kind of missed that aspect of it. But
So I meant to ask you guys before we started rolling the camera, but somebody, I think it was Rob or Justin, one of you guys mentioned recovery already. So, delve as deep as you feel comfortable, but I want to ask, like, how does being in recovery, if at all, you know, and this is a hugely open-ended question, like, help in being a business owner, running a business, daily life? You know, what kinds of do you think it affects your ability to be a business owner and grow a successful business, or does it have no influence at all?
I had an answer to this question before you asked it.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going.
Yeah, right. I mean, I know the answer, but it's a great topic.
Look,
you know,
one word, the biggest piece of the entire pie: integrity. Recovery taught me to live life with integrity, and we have carried that on into our business. You know, and look, Justin and I mean, Facebook is a great tool sometimes. We are a part of a million roofing groups. People throw.
Justin invites me to all of them
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know
tag
why
us.
you're supposed to do that, right?
because you tag me and stuff.
Well, and
I
then
think.
you're supposed to tag me and stuff. It's just building.
I know. You're right.
I tag you and stuff all the time. You don't return the
I
favor.
do it
ever.
sometimes. Sometimes I'm just kind of lazy about
It's
it.
funny because he gets on me for that.
I know.
See how that works?
Well, it's like Justin's level of tagging, inviting is like the pinnacle, and then I'm kind of like,
Do you know why?
lower than that, and then I can be like, Mike, you don't do it at all,
Yeah, but do you know why?
because it builds a.
Because it works.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm sorry, Rob.
The only thing we're looking for is opportunities, and that provides us opportunities.
No, I agree. You're
Yeah, I mean, my wife complains about it that Justin invites her to like 700 groups a week when people are looking for a roof, and he'll invite every one on his friends list after he tags a
It's
company.
like Justin invited you to dog walking in Bethany Beach Facebook group. I'm like, what?
People want pictures.
You know, I know you're
walking
right.
their dog.
No, I know
They
you're
want
right.
drone footage.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
their dog in a little tutu.
Well, what's really, totally my fault is like I'll see that, and then like 2 weeks later, I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, let me check that out. And then, oh, he tagged me on this post that somebody, now there's 800 comments of like all these photographers, swarming to it.
You gotta be on it, dude.
I know. You're
It's
right.
like the person posted like, was walking my dog in Bethany Beach today, and my dog stepped on a roofing nail. Made me think, I need a roof. Who knows a roofer out there? Justin's on there going economy.
So what were you saying about Facebook
Yeah,
though?
I'm sorry.
So when you look at roofing companies, your mission statement, or what's the one where you just list single words?
We just did this. The vision, core values. Yeah.
You'll be hard pressed to find a roofing company that doesn't list integrity. It's a word that is thrown around all the time. It's one of those words that sounds good, and it sounds like people are generally honest. And I think people are generally honest. I don't think people in business are honest as much. See, we have always, it's not even strive to, we've always insisted on upholding integrity. Because Justin and I, look, there's throughout our business, there's been opportunities like we could have gotten over many, many times, but we are true believers in karma, and I think that sometimes living with integrity in all aspects, it can be harmful as well, right? I mean, but when you operate in all aspects of your life with integrity, you are not inviting karma
Yeah. that's a good
into your
point.
life. And we have, early on, there was situations that arose, and we're like, nope, we can't do this. Karma is a bitch, and so that's something. It's probably why we've also, aside from friends, it's also a reason why we've hired a lot of people that were in recovery, because we wanted like-minded people that were living a certain way.
Yeah, I would totally see that as that's going through something like recovery. I've struggled with things. I've never gone through like a recovery program or anything, but it seems like almost like when you see like two guys who were in the army, and it's just like you're instantly like just having that that bond.
All those all those values, you're familiar with them. You know what I mean? It's that commonality, I think.
Well, recovery is when you talk about like substance and alcohol abuse recovery, recovering from something is healing from something. It's getting better. And, most people, the life that you lived prior to recovery that got you to a place of recovery, most of us did not live life with any shred of integrity. So a huge part of like a 12-step addictions, alcoholism recovery program. Hopefully the camera doesn't pick up. My stomach just growled.
I heard
Hopefully
it.
it's not sensitive. But
I'll raise that part up some.
right. One of the big part, and what people don't understand about recovery is that the goal really truly is to make you a different person than who you were before. It is to help you heal and recover and become a better person and a productive member of society. I feel like recovery programs, and they do because they talk about it, but I think they try to teach people, it kind of goes back to like the religion argument. For me, it's not really an argument, but it's a conversation I've had a lot of times in my life. Christianity, for example, the values that are preached, the goal there is to make you live like a good person. Unfortunately, there's a lot of hypocrites.
It's
like
a rebirth. It's what it's meant to be, right? You were this and now you're this.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of hypocrites at the church and people that, don't practice what they preach, right? But the general values of that is the same that recovery tries to teach you. It's trying to teach you to live like, Christianity, they may, call it being godly, or, you know what I mean? It's not what I'm going to call it. I'm just calling it behaving like and living like a decent person, a good person.
But then you have to ask yourself, where does that sense of decency come from?
Well, there's a lot of God in 12-step programs.
There is.
There is.
Yeah.
And they claim it's not religious, but there's a lot of God in it. And, I'm okay with that.
We agree it's good. I mean, it's like, and I think most people, even if they didn't want any part of it, would still agree it's good.
Well, what is one of the acronyms for God? Is good orderly direction.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Look,
You
I
know?
mean, pretty
It's
Is that an acronym? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's an acronym.
Okay.
Yeah.
pretty much all, religion throughout the world. I mean, whether it's, whether you're Muslim, whether it's Buddhist, Catholicism, all of this different stuff. Obviously we've dealt with groups that take certain things and like jihad, right?
Right, and take it to an extreme.
You read the Quran, and the Quran doesn't want you to murder people. It doesn't want you to blow your body up, right? And I've never read the Quran, but
never read it either. Not the whole thing,
I've watched enough people talk about it. Like, it's not telling you to blow yourself up. It's not telling you to blow yourself up to go to heaven and have 70 million virgins or whatever.
But there's a part of it that you could finagle to make it
correct.
Yeah, totally.
And I think there's probably people can translate things the way that they want to, in any aspect of the daily life. But I think religion is generally good, right? You have, like every other area, you have some real shit people and you have some extremists, but the goal is to is to try to have people live like a good, decent
Are there
person.
extremists in recovery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
yeah. Hell yeah.
Interesting. I was
They
thinking
definitely are.
Yeah.
that. In what way?
NA Nazis.
NA Nazis.
You hear that term a lot,
In what way? Like, don't take Tylenol kind of, or something? Or
Oh,
like,
yeah, you have that too.
Those kinds of things, and just like the way that a meeting should be ran. You can't do, you can't have a relationship in your first year. All kinds of little things like that.
And it goes way deeper. I mean, you have people that say, well, anything that's mind and mood altering is a drug.
Right.
So smoking a cigarette,
Yeah.
vaping, drinking
Nicotine,
coffee, caffeine, drinking coffee, drinking soda, drinking Red Bull, it's all a drug.
Yeah.
Extremists.
there is something to that, but at the same time, it's like people need, like, you're not stealing from grandma to buy a Red Bull. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what is it? How does it affect? Is your life's not unmanageable because you're taking
that's
Red
what
Bull?
I was gonna say. It comes down to that.
Yeah.
But you were talking earlier when you first mentioned the word integrity, and the word or the value, I guess, for me, like earlier in recovery, was honesty, which is like probably, I think integrity is probably like, honesty is a result of integrity, maybe.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, go hand in hand for sure. And I remember, because addiction is such an extreme thing, right? It's like we're, as addicts, me anyway, in a lot of things, I'm either all or nothing. It's very difficult for me to be somewhere in between. And I remember when I finally realized, like, okay, I am an addict, and I like accepted that, right? I knew that honesty was like, I just could not. I had to be 100% honest about everything. And it was so rigid because I knew that if I started to become slightly dishonest in any little thing, it was just going to run away in the other direction. And I think now, I mean, I still try to be honest about, most things, but you said how like even integrity can be detrimental sometimes, honesty can too, you can be too honest sometimes. But
Do you see the all or nothing transferring to your life outside of, your previous history?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I think I'm able to have a little more discretion, than I used to be able to. But I mean, I'm still an addict. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of thing is a struggle. Yeah, I'm still very much like all or nothing with a lot of things.
There's a lot of benefit to it, though, I think, because like you got a camera and then you were like, I'm going to learn every single thing there is to learn about. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, that's part of the reason why I asked.
Yeah,
Right.
like there's
Because
benefits to
it translates to business. It translates
It does, yeah.
to all of these things that
compulsiveness.
we do. It translates to pecs. You know what I mean? Like it does all of it.
If he's going to have pecs, he's going to have the pecs.
Yeah.
The best.
Like you're going to be able to bounce a quarter off of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I was just watching Step Brothers the other night. The scene where he climbs up in the treehouse and he's like, "This is what I wake up to every day." He's showing him his house. And then he punch me in the fucking face, and he punches him in the face. You know what I'm talking about? No. Come on.
Derek climbed up. And
Yes,
yanked his
Derek.
shirt up.
Yep. His specs are like glistening. It's like golden sunlight on him. It's hilarious.
Sounds funny.
It is funny. It is funny.
That still goes down as like one of the best movies.
Oh man, it's so good.
But Joe, you even have red receipts on, which is like crazy to me.
Yeah. Why
I
do you
do.
do that?
I always thought it was because you're like in accordance with the like honesty thing. You're just like, yes, I read your text message.
I think it's more of a control thing because I want to know if you read my text message.
but you can't see it
Nah.
I
back.
can see if I read your message, but I can see if you read mine, and then you didn't respond. So now you're the asshole.
That's one of the.
Interesting.
I have mine turned off, and that's simply because
Mine are turned off.
sometimes I get so busy that like I can pull my phone out and like go in for something, and I just have the notification. I click the text message and kind of look at it, and I'm like, shit, I don't, and I'm just still moving. I don't want to make people think like I'm ignoring them.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
because I'm not
Understand.
intentionally
Yeah.
ignoring them. I
That's
just get so
that's
busy.
an interesting point, and I should probably rethink that because I'm not like OCD with a lot of things, but with text messages, I do not like those notifications. So I will open every single one, so that way I don't have that little number.
Opening them,
person,
reading
too.
it, comprehending it, and responding to it.
Most of the time, I am.
I've texted you multiple times and you haven't
Well,
read it and then not responded.
Well,
I have mine turned off because of that
Really?
exact
I'm sorry.
sequence
I
there.
didn't mean
It's
to
all
do
good.
that.
I'm not mad.
I want to know if you mark it or if you read it and then mark it as unread, does it revert back on the other person?
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you hold down on the message and you can mark it as unread. like an
Holy
email.
shit, that's what I'm
Good
gonna.
thing. I have
It's
an Android,
huge,
I
man.
can do
It's
that.
huge. I use that all the time because I'm like, I know I'm going to forget about this, so I just mark it as unread.
Does it
again.
keep the
I do
little?
that with
Yeah,
emails.
it puts it back. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's same thing like with emails.
Oh, you can't deal with the notification?
That's what I don't like. I don't like the little numbers. Like I look at somebody's phone and I'm like, you have 42 unread text messages. How do
like
you
these?
live with your? Yeah, I can't do
I had to
that.
go through I had to actually log onto the desktop into Gmail for my wife's email. She had like something like 312,000.
Holy smokes.
But it was like all promotions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Delete, mass delete them all.
Yeah.
Like if I shot like she'll go into she'll see a website on Facebook and she'll go onto it and it'll say sign up here for 15% off and she'll sign up and not buy anything.
Except all cookies.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Accept them all. Just give me all them
She
cookies.
has some of the most random websites that are sending her promotional emails. I'm like, how did you what?
and then
admit
they're
that I
selling
do that
her email
sometimes.
to someone else, and it's like snowball, man. Because even if you unsubscribe, you've invited a bunch of other emails in from just
Yeah.
it's nuts.
So Justin, what's your take on what's your response to that question? Like how has you probably say a lot of the same stuff that Rob did, but you're a different person. You're the 51%. So Yeah. What's your response on like how recovery affects your business running ability and life and that kind of thing?
I think I think the integrity piece is huge. I think a lot of times that, there's any type of situation that comes up. I mean, we look at the situation and we're like, what is the right thing to do here? I mean, there's been multiple times that we could get over, right? Like somebody overpaid us and had no idea that they overpaid us.
Literally happened last week.
We just literally refunded some lady like $3,000 or something because she overpaid us.
Yeah.
Or like something happens during an install and, we find out that a year later we messed something up, we just go ahead and take care of it. I mean, I think that's huge. It's like, it's the whole thing, like keeping our side of the street clean.
Yeah.
Well,
it's helpful with business too. I mean,
absolutely.
being
Like
known as those,
we'll
those
pay
guys.
out salesmen once they leave, I mean, just because, if they've worked the job all the way through and they just haven't collected final payment yet, like they've done their job,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the integrity piece is huge.
Makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I think we're both big on, do to others what we would like done to ourselves. You know what I mean? I think that we have both experienced through, our previous jobs and whatnot, where people have gotten over on us or what people have done to us that made us feel a certain way. And then these are part of the discussions that we had in that truck driving around for a year and a half. Like, all right, if we build our company, this is what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. This is what we're going to do.
So those kinds of things were like foundational.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they have to be.
Yeah.
How old is your company? How many years is it?
2017.
8 years.
Okay. Man, you guys have come a long way in 8 years.
It's fucking
I
mind
feel
blowing.
like everywhere I go,
Thank
I
you.
see an economy truck driving around.
That
I mean,
was
I
the
know I
goal.
hang out here in the same business park, but just out and about too. I mean,
That's the goal.
yeah.
It was always the goal.
And they all look immaculate too.
Good.
They're like real.
The trucks do look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like the whole look and the wrap and everything. Speaking of
so you're
another,
leading into something else.
I
there,
did
huh?
that unconsciously, but actually no, I planned it. At 47 minutes and 32 seconds, I was gonna bring up reaction wraps.
It's vertical integration, bud.
Yeah. What does that mean? Vertical integration.
So what we've recognized is problems within our industry or within our business, right? And then we're trying to come up with solutions to fix those, right? We rebranded, we changed our name from Economy Restoration to Economy Roofing and Restoration, right? You did the logo. Shout out to Image and Sound Media.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, because I know I'm super difficult to work with. I know that I have a
No.
picture in my mind of what I want, but I can't tell you what it is. So you just got to keep guessing until you get it right.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
sorry.
enough. Yeah, I really didn't take. I mean, what was it, like maybe 15 or
No, I mean-
so variations? It wasn't that many really.
No, it was simple, right? I mean, I knew what I wanted. I didn't want it to be super long. I wanted it to be stacked so it looked good on printed, printed things. But we got there.
It fits your pec really well. I'll say that.
It does.
You need one on the other side.
So are you doing raps now? What's going on with the rap?
Yeah. So
Economy roofing restoration. I'm definitely cutting that part out.
Raps with a W in front of them, Joe.
so we were going through this rebrand, and we were getting prices from all of these different people to rewrap all of the vehicles, and the prices were astronomical.
Oh, for your own vehicles.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, it was as simple as an opportunity presented itself that we could purchase an existing business that was performing these products, that these services that had everything there that we needed, right? That had the laminators, the printers, everything. We just had to staff it. So that's what we did, So, I mean, we're able to, wrap our own vehicles, we're still paying for them, but we kind of keep the money in-house, so to speak. And then we're also able to perform other services and build that business as well.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
It's so cool, like how I said this in one of the other episodes. I think it was with Dale, where I just until maybe 5 years ago, not even that long ago, 4 5 years ago, I just did not, my mind did not comprehend the larger, just the way that business people look at business, and like buying business or creating businesses, starting businesses, filling gaps that, that you have this hole, you have this need. Okay, we could either spend $3,000 per vehicle, or maybe we could just buy a wrap company and do it ourselves. It I don't know, man. It blows my mind, but at the same time, like, it makes so much sense. And I also, I don't know what the emotion is that I feel about it. Like, I just wish I hadn't thought of these things or wrapped my head around these things when I was like 20 instead of almost 43.
Isn't that the same for us all, though?
Yeah, dude.
But I think that it takes the past in order to build the person in the present to get to the future person.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not at 20. I would have squandered all of this.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, it would have.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, I could only imagine. If I was in the position that I'm in today at 20, I'd probably be dead.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So with my business, it's, a much smaller scale, and it's not even the exact same thing. But so right now I'm paying a video editor to edit some of the video that I do. One, because they're just better at it. The editing aspect is not like you said with roofing, we figure out what we really like to do and like we focus on that.
Yep.
I do some video editing, but I'd rather be behind the camera than sitting at the computer and editing everything. So I'm paying a video editor, and like listening to this conversation, like maybe it would be a better idea to like try to find some video editors and like start a company, you know what I mean? And like do it that way, and then also have other business, Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
I think it's a great idea. I think that, once that we both realize that if we're physically doing a task within our business that we can pay somebody $15 or $20 an hour to perform, that's really what we're making an hour.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I think that what we tried to figure out is, how we can constantly be duplicating ourselves, right? So that we can always be moving on to the next thing, and that's what we've done. We stayed stagnant in business there for a little while because we weren't willing to relinquish any of the control.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was tough. I mean, it was tough. Like, if we're going through situations and like, somebody's making a decision that I know that is not the decision that I would make, it's tough to not like jump in and be like, no, you can't, you know what I mean? But like, you got to let them go through the process. You got to let them make the mistakes, right? Because for me, that's how I learn. I learn from my mistakes more than I learn from anything else.
Yeah.
Well, in years ago in business, somebody that was coaching us gave us the best advice. It was figure out what is taking 75% of your time, hire somebody to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then move on. And then next time something is taking up 75% of your time, hire someone to do it.
I had a guy, I think he's going to be on the podcast soon, where I was talking about the video editing thing, and he was like, man, you got to delegate some of this stuff. Like, you can't do all of it yourself, and I was like, you're right. It's because it's taking up so much time, and I really don't enjoy doing it.
What that did for us is that allowed us the time and flexibility to build the business.
Yeah.
Good points. The vertical integration with Full Circle and having the right people in place. I mean, this year will go down as our largest year-over-year increase ever.
That's awesome.
just by vertical integration and a little bit of thinking and putting the work into it, and we'll go up 30% year over year this year.
I think a lot of it too is putting the right people in place, like surrounding yourself by the right people.
Which sometimes is difficult.
And it's difficult to do, but we've got a core group of people that are the right people.
Yeah.
And then we build on that from there. You can, what do they say? You can't build a house on a faulty foundation. You know what I mean? So like, we get that foundation sturdy, and then we can go through and, keep building. You know what I mean? Like, that's the idea, is growth.
How do you find your people?
So there's multiple ways that we find people, but it's usually through some form of networking.
Yeah.
Right. Like a person knows a person who knows a person. I think that's the best retention of our team is through they've watched somebody else go through the process within our company, and they've seen their experiences and how their lives have
And they
been
want that
beneficial,
too.
and they want that also.
So it's like one of your employees' friends who's watched him get a good job and excel at it, and then he's like, I want to do that too, kind of thing. Cool. That's awesome.
So I mean, we do hiring outside of that, like we do like Indeed and like all of that stuff. Only a couple of people that have came from those type of platforms that have actually stayed, or we've even offered positions to. We've built this culture that if you don't fit into the culture, I don't want you. You know, which is nothing to do with them. You know, they could be a great person, but they have to mesh.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not cohesive, then it's not going to be beneficial for anybody.
Yeah.
I would also imagine that like by now you have a pretty solid idea of like whether this person's going to work or not.
Yeah.
You know.
I've been fooled.
Yeah, well, I mean,
We've brought on people that I thought were just like, this guy doesn't have it, and they've been some of our best top producers.
yeah.
And the adverse has happened too. Be like, oh my God, this guy's going to kill it, and then
Right.
just flounders.
Yeah. Well, I remember in the videos that I did for you guys recently, in Dean's video specifically, he was talking about how like when he started, he didn't think he was going to do it. Like he was like, this isn't for me.
Yep.
And it was like some kind of mental acceptance or something. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was basically just a decision that he had to make. And then it was just like, bam, he just
He
took
realized
off.
He's like, I'm not going to lose at this, right? Like,
I thought when Dean came, I thought he was just going to be too intense for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I was like, this guy. No, there's no way he can go out and sell. He will talk himself
his
like
customers love him.
they love him.
I mean,
love him.
you were talking about just like, you know, you didn't say like being easy to talk to, but you were talking about like starting a conversation and helping people out. I mean, Dean will talk to you like a very easy person to talk to. You know, sometimes it's hard to understand what he's saying because he's so fast, but, you know, but very easy to talk to. You know, and man, being a salesman, like you got to be easy to talk to.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
as long as you can have a conversation.
Yeah. For
What do you guys think of Mike's hair today?
I'm jealous.
I think it looks
Looks
full.
It's a 10.
I think
It
that
looks.
would look
I
good
would,
on this.
Mike. I really, you know, I don't think I've ever given you a 10 before, but it's looking pretty good today. You know what I really like about it? It's not. It's got this. It's not perfectly centered, but it has
A
this.
little wavish.
It has this. Yeah, it's got a balance to it today.
You know what the trick is?
It's partly the shape of your head too.
Well, no, maybe
I
it's
did
the
have a
angle
stroke the
you're
other
looking
day.
at him.
I had a stroke the other day,
Shit,
and it really bounced out my face.
They call his hairdo Bell's palsy.
Oh my!
No, it really is. It looks good
What's
today.
the trick, Mike?
Oh, the trick is to wash your hair the day before, put the stuff in it, and then the next day, don't wash your hair, just rinse it.
I've heard
And
that
then don't put stuff in it.
I've heard that not washing your hair is like better for your hair.
Yeah, I can only wash my hair so often because it gets like itchy. My scalp gets all itchy. I've tried all the different shampoos.
A lot of
and
girls
stuff.
do that.
Shut up, Joe.
Women, ladies.
Where do you think I get these tips from, bro?
Hey, did you guys know? So I just also noticed that piece that he dyes in the front, you decided to dye a little bit more in the back.
Yeah.
You're like, let me move it back some.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Which was a good decision.
No.
Yes, he does.
No. It's just my stress meter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
it's
go.
not gray though. It's like
It's almost white.
Yeah.
it's
I
like
don't know.
more of a silver.
It's like Elsa esque.
Came with the
Ooh,
kids.
yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Man, them kids did you good.
They,
How many kids do you have?
4.
You're a busy man.
Yeah.
Same boat.
And we
I'm in.
homeschool them, so it's like we're all busy. But what are you doing, Joe?
I'm just putting in a lip.
Cool.
Want one?
No, I'm good, thanks.
All right. All right. So, I have another question? But if you have something,
Well, just real quick on the kids aspect. You guys both have kids,
Correct.
We do.
and are your kids interested, involved in the business in any way, or?
I mean,
One.
well, one. So my oldest son physically works with us.
Awesome.
He's 22.
That's awesome.
Then the little kids, they are interested. They want to work with dad one day. Mm-hmm. You know, all they wear is economy gear. Yeah. I mean, I had to order them navy blue sweatshirts with the logo on it so they could wear that to their school because they can only wear navy blue.
Oh wow. So they're like pimping.
that's
that.
cool
That's
though, man.
fun.
That they want to wear.
Yep. I
all
mean,
that
literally
stuff.
everywhere that I mean, your kids are the same. Everywhere that we go, they are wearing, and that's all they want to wear. You know, they don't ask me for like clothes they see on whatever. They ask me for, oh, I need that color shirt, please. You know,
Freaking awesome. I
Yeah,
wish
that's
Joey would
really
ask
cool.
me for an image and sound media sweatshirt.
I mean,
I'd be like, sure, son.
Because isn't that kind of the dream, like that, right? I mean, that your kids are going to be interested and you're going to be able to hand off this thing to them. I mean,
Yeah.
how cool is that to be able to build something for your children?
Oh, we have a lot of kids though, so
Somebody's going to be left out.
So
somebody's going to have to be like the
49.
11% tiebreaker.
right.
Like,
we have to break down those percentages.
Right. Or even if it's just somewhere for them to work that's not McDonald's when they get to be working age, you know, and they get to see you in action. And, you know, I think a lot of kids miss, you know, I remember going to work one day with my dad and it gave me just this whole new level of respect for him, seeing that people respected him and just seeing him like functioning like a regular person, you know, it's like, like a regular person, right, for lack of a better word. And I just think it's cool to like that your kids are interested in, you know, just to be able to have parents that don't just work for someone else and are doing, you know, that's awesome. That's just really cool.
it is cool.
So-
I would think that, like, you know, this kind of job would be a great thing to like bring a kid along. Hey, come, you know, come to work today with me and see what I do, you know, because it's like, so it's not just going to a job and, okay, I enter this stuff in the computer all day and this is what I do. Or I run the fryer at McDonald's and this is, you know, got to have it at this temperature. It's like
A lot of communication.
a lot of communicate, like a lot of levels to it.
People.
Yeah, dealing with people, all the values that, you know, are instilled into the company, you know, all that stuff goes hand in hand, you know.
Well, I mean, that's why we make sure that like the family's involved, you know.
Yeah.
We don't do a Christmas party that is just the people that work with us, you know. It's all the families, all the kids, all the chaos, all
Right.
the fun.
Right. All the kids. So Jen should bring her kids too, right?
And what does she have, like 6?
No, she has 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I don't care.
Joe, you know,
I was just kidding. I knew
You should say yes.
I knew how many kids she had. Yeah, if you want her to. I don't know. Is this a trick question?
No, I do. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
Jen,
convince
absolutely.
her.
Jen, please bring your kids.
There you go. Thanks, buddy.
Joe, you know our style. You've been to our Christmas party enough.
Oh, yeah.
You brought your kid, and you were there working.
Yes,
You
yes. Let me also say that your Santa Claus, he's not fat, but he is a damn good looking Santa Claus. That
got
guy
pecs.
is like truly the beard and
It's good.
just like the rosiness of his face. Like, I mean, it's like Santa started drinking that water there and, you know,
right.
lost some
The
pounds.
gym.
Yeah, he's been hitting the gym.
He's definitely like an old
Gluten
hippie.
free.
Yeah, oh,
he's definitely-
When
definitely.
he talks, he sounds like Tommy Chong back when they were making.
I heard him.
Chong.
Yeah, I heard him talk a
man.
little
You
bit.
guys should start a Santa company too. You just like, just like
That's a great idea.
fill that,
integration.
fill that niche,
Vertical
man.
integration. What you need a Santa? We got one, yo.
You could do Easter. You could do, I mean, all year long.
Yep.
What was your question? Or go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't remember what I was gonna
I
ask.
think the cons will outweigh the pros on that one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, I was gonna. I mean, you guys kind of already answered it. And since you started the business in recovery, maybe what you would tell yourselves wouldn't change a whole lot. But I was going to ask, like, you know, what advice would you give someone who is like starting a business or wants to, not necessarily exactly what you do, but just, you know, somebody who has been working for the man and they're like, I just want to work for myself. What are some lessons you've learned from working for yourself, advice that you would give to somebody, maybe a younger person, maybe they're 20
I
something.
think the biggest thing is just start.
Okay.
Right? I know that a lot of people want to plan and try and, you know, have this big or elaborate thing all built out before they even start taking any type of action.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found is that they get stuck behind that and then they never start. It's just start. Do something towards your goal, no matter what it is. Start something, you know, even if you have to do that while you're still working let's call it a 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
Just start putting some action into getting there, right? I mean, I really feel that there are a lot of people that are so scared to take that leap of faith that they just get stuck. And then after you get stuck for so long, then it really becomes, I mean, if I had, a mortgage payment, 4 kids, 2 car payments, a vacation house or whatever already before I started this, I probably would have never started, right?
Yeah.
Because I would have been so dependent on that paycheck.
Kind of like where I was and where
Gotta
my
start.
fears came from.
Yeah. You didn't have as much tying you down, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just got to start.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. So, well, here's a follow-up question. What if the idea is stupid and like,
Who cares?
well, what if it's, I want to start an ice vending machine business in Montana.
Bro, you know,
Would you
there
still
are in Montana?
Well, that's true.
And people fish.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. All right.
But so, I mean, it also takes failures to get to a success.
Yeah, like you learn what doesn't
Okay.
work, and then you
Yeah.
change it.
Yeah. So the value of just starting outweighs, having a dumb idea because you're going to learn
Correct. Well,
that
how do
idea
you know
didn't
it's a
work.
dumb idea?
Yeah. Right.
I could think it was a dumb idea, but it could, get released on TikTok and make millions. You don't know.
That is true.
Right. But if you have an idea that you're thinking about starting something with, it's probably not that dumb of an idea.
I've had some dumb ideas before.
Did you start any of them?
No.
So you don't know if they would work.
True. Right.
Well, I mean, that's like somebody that, like Justin, you have bills to pay and you have a steady paycheck, and say you want to own car washes. You
I like that idea.
You probably shouldn't quit your job and start hand washing cars, holding up a sign in a parking lot to try to make enough money to buy a full service car wash. You should probably keep your job and do that hand washing on nights and weekends.
Right.
Yep.
A big part of starting any business, aside from just like, and he said exactly what I was going to say, just start. You have no risk, no reward, right? But a big part of that, like people are going to be successful in business, especially early on. You got to expect to grind.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to put in the time. You have to expect that.
How many did it ever happen where you guys were like you had already started and you were like had doubts, like I think maybe I'm gonna go back and find a real job?
So doubts, no. Fear, yes.
Yeah.
Like knowing that, we have this amount of work coming in and we only have this amount of money in the bank, and how are we going to produce it? Like things like that. Like, I mean, we weren't even really taking paychecks, like, I mean, so we're struggling, I mean, couldn't pay rent, I mean, I don't think either of us owned a house at that time, so, there's going to constantly be fear with it. Right. But I think the fear helps build you as a person, a person in business. Once you can start to conquer that fear, then situations that may be scary to you might be a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Like I was scared to let you get me on film, and then I let you get me on film, and like, this isn't that bad, so let's just do it again.
And you were like, I am so beautiful. Why would I not want to be in front of the camera?
It's the pecs, bro.
Yeah.
It's all the pecs.
Yeah, dude,
It
if I
is.
had your pecs, I'd be like begging to be on film all the
I'd be
time.
like, this is what I live with every night, every day,
Sitting here,
or whatever.
shirtless
That's
like
not
the
the
Liver
line.
King.
No, man.
You
So
want views? We could, if we all sat here shirtless, we would get some views, bro.
yeah,
It's true.
maybe. I think I should keep my shirt on.
Me too. I'm good.
Maybe take your hat off.
So I mentioned it briefly, but we had like a meeting recently with Dale, who does like business coaching and stuff, and we kind of talked about the mission and vision and values and that kind of stuff, and the mission statement. And one thing that this was about the shift, right? About the podcast itself, and one thing that we decided was when we first started, it was only about making the change or the shift from working a 9-to-5 job, working for the man, to being an entrepreneur. And we kind of decided, well, that might be a little bit too limiting, even though most guests we have are entrepreneurs. But we decided that, we should broaden that. So it could be any kind of big positive change you've made in your life.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I was going with this, but man, I had something that it was genius. It was in my head, Mike. What was it?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, we made that decision to change it from that rigid definition to a broader definition. Oh, I know. Because, the light bulb went off. Because you've been like into like fitness and stuff like that. It was the pecs. That's what it was. The pecs blinded me for a minute. Boggled my mind. What?
My mind is boggled.
What kind of other changes in your life has all of this helped you to make? Like, what kind of other things, positive changes in your life have you made?
Me 3.
What?
I'm like sitting
We
here
all
doing
gotta
a pee
pee.
dance. I'm like,
Oh, you gotta pee?
my bladder's gonna bust.
Well, we got, I would say maybe another 10 minutes.
That's fine with me.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Work on those Kegel muscles.
here.
isn't
Yeah,
that
I'm
what
just
they're
here
called?
and
Fight
rock.
over
There
the
you go.
bathroom.
You know?
I saw you shifting a little bit. Yeah.
So I think that positive changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that as we go through this process of life, right, that we're constantly evolving, right? So we're constantly trying to keep people around us that will help us to continue to grow, right? You know, I want, like, we have a couple of coaches, you know, so I mean, we're constantly seeking, you know, outside influence, you know, to help us get to that next level, you know?
We recognize we don't have all the answers.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, that's a very recovery thing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
well, I mean, I mean, yeah, I guess it would be
listening to someone else.
yeah.
and-
I mean, I need sounding boards also, you know. I mean, I need to talk about like business ideas and ventures with somebody else that has maybe been down a similar path, you know, and what was their experience, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to buy your first house, what are you doing? You're calling other people that have bought a house to ask them questions about it. So it's the same thing that we do also, you know. But I think that, like, you know, you keep talking about my pecs. Without my fitness coach, I wouldn't have pecs.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, who has helped me, you know, go through the whole process, you know? So, you know, I mean, the dedication in the gym is just one thing, you know, the diet is the big part, you know? So
I love cheesesteaks and
dude,
Cracker Barrel.
I love cheesesteaks too. But I don't want high cholesterol. My dad died at like 55 or something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to do that. You know, I've got little kids. I want to live.
Yeah.
You know, if that means I have to sacrifice a cheesesteak, I'm okay with that. You know, I will indulge on a like Dumpster's ice cream or something like that occasionally, but
Yeah.
Coach, you didn't hear that.
No, okay. I hear you, man. I hear you.
You know, I mean, I think it's the, like, as long as we're on that path to continue to grow, then we will keep moving forward. You know what I mean? It's the whole concept of, you know, always remaining teachable.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's a good concept.
absolutely.
It's a good term. Yeah.
You know, if I'm like, I'm the man and I know everything, like, how many people am I going to attract to me?
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I can get into that mindset sometimes. Like, I know.
Yeah.
And you don't.
Yeah.
Not you, but you know.
No,
what
I
mean.
get, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's not a good mindset to be in.
No. It doesn't allow for things to open up.
Yeah.
You know?
Very true.
Yeah, it makes it easier to relinquish the control, like we were talking about earlier.
Man, that's a tough thing for me to do sometimes.
Yeah.
It's the only way growth happens.
We thought that video about me letting Mike do everything would be really funny. I still think it was funny, but it only not many people thought it was funny.
My brother said, he was like, it was pretty funny, but it must have been scripted. I was like, no, I was sitting around with freaking microphones cables on my head naturally.
That was the fun. No, the funniest part was the end where we sped it. See, you didn't even see the funniest part because you clicked away. But at the very end, it was like one of those like sped up disclosures, and it said like Michael Waskey will not cut the brakes to your car. It was like really fast.
If he even got to the part about me cutting the brakes.
That's what I'm saying. He told us before we started the podcast that he watched some of it.
I apologize.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
I mean, it's tough, right? Like, I mean, there's so much content out there nowadays that like you really need something to draw you in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be drawn in on something that I'm currently interested in.
Yeah. And where my mind went was like you remaining teachable and like thinking, I thought it was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? But it's like, well, it hurts that it's not quite as funny as I thought it was, but maybe we could learn from that and do something different next time.
Shirts off.
Shirts off. Yeah. I mean, maybe that is the way to go.
We actually
It's worth a shot, right? Like,
we actually
suppose.
over the summer were on a Zoom call with our coach.
Yeah.
And Justin would like to go walk the Cross Island Trail shirtless. So we get on there one day, and Todd, the guy that's our coach, is like a bodybuilder.
Oh, okay.
So I don't remember really how to. So I went into Walgreens to get something and walked outside, and the car that was parked next to me was the other football coach on my team. So I get in my truck. We're getting on the Zoom. He's on there with his shirt off. Todd's got his shirt off. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to take my shirt off.
Right.
And I'm sitting there in my truck in the Walgreens parking lot taking my shirt off as like my others, like the head coach gets out and he like looks in there. He's like, what are you doing, man? I was like, I'll tell you later. So we're like on this Zoom call, the three of us. He's walking the Cross Island Trail. I'm in the truck.
You
Todd's
weren't
in his
together.
office.
You
We
were
weren't
somewhere.
Yeah, we
together.
were all
And
separate,
we're
yeah.
all on the Zoom call shirtless. Todd's screenshotting it to send it because they have the same like fitness coach or whatever. It was pretty funny. It actually happened.
Was it the most productive Zoom call you've ever been on?
Probably not. It was probably the least productive Zoom call.
Very distracting.
We were stuck on this.
it was fun though.
Yeah, I bet it was fun.
Sometimes you just gotta have fun.
But
Yeah,
I will tell you, out of the three of us, I definitely looked the best.
I don't doubt that. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah, like the dad bod.
I hear you. Well, I mean, dude, we've been going for 90 minutes. It felt like it's been like 10 minutes, but
Jeez.
yeah, I know. I got a shit ton more questions, but that'll be for next time.
Yeah, I'm down to do it again. Next time I won't drink like 2 bottles of water in the morning.
Maybe next time I'll wear a collared shirt for you.
Or my shirt.
I don't want you to. We're not going to wear any shirts, remember?
Okay.
Yeah, we're no shirts next time.
I gotta start working out more.
No, that's the point. That's the point for us to just be confident with our bodies.
Yeah.
All right.
Lord.
Do you have any last? Oh, I do want to ask you guys, like, plug economy or whatever you want. Like, where do people find you online? What's your website and that kind of stuff? Facebook, TikTok.
I don't know. No, I'm just playing. So check us out online at www.economyrestoration.com. Facebook is Economy Roofing and Restoration. That's on all platforms. No TikTok yet. We'll get Joe on that one.
Maybe.
And then, if anybody's, looking to be surrounded with like-minded people, give us a shout. We might have a spot for you.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Cool. Guys, thank you so much. It's been very inspirational.
Thanks
and
for being here.
great
Yes, sir.
chatting with you.
I hit your mic.
Yeah, me
Mike.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
man, I should have seen that coming a mile
All
away.
right. See you guys.
Ciao.
Oh, we
Oh,
waved to the
camera
camera.
mine.
Bye.
Just wave at all of them, I guess.
Well, I just said peace.
Awesome, dudes.
All right, go ahead, Mike. I'll jump in after you.